Hi everyone, it's Midge. So I am going to show you how to make Polymer clay frosting, and we're going to make a cake. And I wanted to show from lbeads.com. They're the ones who sent me these incredible containers. I love these. They're great for storing embellishments, paint, and Polymer clay frosting. So that's what I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. And they also sent some blades. So I'm going to show how I'm going to do that too. I'll take that off right now. And then I also got some pretty cool cutters, these circle cutters right here. So I'm going to show this with the cakes. And yeah, so let's get to it, okay? So I'll show you right here. I've been making up some frostings, and these are like, the white's probably the most you're going to use. I always use white the most, but we've got like chocolate, and here's like a mint and a kind of a mauve color, a little darker here. And this is kind of more of a ganache right here, and I will show you how to do that too. So let's go ahead. I'm doing a close-up, so I got like everything kind of together right now. So I got this light pink is what I wanted to use to make frosting, because I'm going to do a cake with pink frosting and then chocolate. So what you're going to need, I use this liquid Sculpey. It's translucent liquid Sculpey, and I use a lot of this. It is awesome stuff. So I just took some Polymer clay and I used souffle, and then I pour this stuff right into it, and then I mix it. So you're clumping, like you're taking little pieces and you're just kind of breaking it apart to mix it together. Just like this. And it is going to end up being a frosting. And I'll show you as we keep going. And then I add a little bit more. I'm making a lot. I always figure if I'm doing it, I just do it so that I have it. That's why I love these containers, because then I can store them and I don't have to, like when I'm wanting to make cupcakes or any cute little, like little sweet treats with my clay, I don't have to worry about having to do this each time I pull it out. That way I can just make whatever I want and pull this out and use it. So having these storage containers for clay is awesome. So this is a nice thick type frosting right here. So like it's spreadable. It's good. I like it. Add a little bit more, just a little. I don't want this. I like when I use Polymer clay like this, with this liquid Sculpey, I like it to be a thicker consistency. So that way it's like buttercream frosting, you know? So let me go ahead, put it right in here. And the cool thing is every time I need it, I've got it. And I will put the links below to everything that lbeads.com sent me. And then the cool thing is you just put the lid on it and you've got this. Like, it's there forever. And let me just wipe this off. Now I'm going to show you kind of how to make a ganache. So what you're going to need is some pastels. So my gosh. Okay, so if we're gonna go with a pink, because I'm kind of doing the pink thing right now. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll grab, this is a broken piece, so it's fine. And then I'm gonna take my handy dandy razor. I'm gonna pour some of this liquid Sculpey. Now I have glass here to use. You can put, you know, people do this on pieces of paper. You know, you can use marble. So I'm just scraping some of this on. It does not take much. Let me wipe this off. And then you're just gonna mix. And there you have a really pretty pink. And do you see the difference? This is like runny. So this was the thicker, the kind I just showed you. That's what I used on this. On this, you can see it ran down. I wanted it to be like a red Ganache type. I think that's what you say. So here, I'm gonna put this right in here. And again, this way I have it. I will always be able, and I typically use a toothpick for actually putting it on my sweet treat piece that I make. But there you have it, just like that. And you can use any color, so I'll actually do a different color too. We'll use just a little bit of this lavender. So you want to get it to the consistency that you're going to be able to pull apart. That means it's ready to be mixed. So this is just regular souffle Polymer clay. That's the brand part of it. And again, put a little bit right here. Then I'm just going to put this here. And this is going to be the thicker, like buttercream type frosting. Just like this. Let me pour a little bit more. It's getting right there to where I want it. That's how easy this is. This is not Polymer clay. It's funny, a lot of people get really, I am not an expert in Polymer clay, but I will tell you I have so much fun with it. Mess ups, the cool thing with mess ups are you could start over, and a lot of it is an illusion, you know. So here we go. So this way, if I spread it on anything, and when they're in these containers, if if it's been, 8 months, 9 months, and you open it up and it's just a little bit thicker than what you would like, just add more of this liquid Sculpey, and there you go. And these just snap down. I just think this is awesome. Yay. This is going to just save me time. And then we'll do, how about if we do a blue? Because I don't have any blue. So let's do a blue. Wipe this right here. Let's put a little, let's make a little bit. Take the razor. You take your chalk. It does not take much. You can also use makeup. You can use eyeshadow, mica powders. Let's see if that's a good blue. Yeah. Ooh, I like it. It's pretty. That's how easy that is. Okay, so let me put my chalk back. Put this back in this container. And it's just gonna my allergies are so bad today, sorry. I'm sniffling over here. But now I made that in a matter of minutes, all of that. So that's how easy this is. So let's go ahead and make a cake. And I'm going to show you with the cutters that they sent how absolutely easy this is. Okay? So I think I'm going to do, okay, so this came with the set that they sent. Whoa, gosh, right on the glass too. So it came with all of these little pieces. This is a smaller one than I made here, this one. But by the time you do the frostings and all of that, it's just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make a small one. So I'm going to need let's do small. Let's just go small. So I'm going to do 2 for the frosting. And I'm going to do 3 with this brown right here. So I just cut that out. And let me take this. We're going to put these little pieces right here. I'm just moving everything around. So I'll have the pink being the frosting, and this will be the chocolate cake. I'm just cleaning up a little, cleaning up my hands too. Okay, so I just took the cookie cutter. I had rolled these out on a pasta machine to the biggest setting. I did it to the biggest setting. You can also hand roll. Super easy. Okay, so you're going to take one of these. That would be the cake, because that's going to be at the bottom. And then you're going to put your little frosting right above. And you're going to take another little piece of cake. And then another little frosting. And then another little piece of cake. That is how you do the center. Now, I'm just kind of making these be. Okay, so we have the cake on top, cake on bottom. All right. So now, if I want to, I can do a couple of things. I could either roll this out thinner and then wrap the whole thing. That's how I did this. I had done that with the brown, and then I did the ganache on top. I can also use a thicker frosting that goes all the way around. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this really quick with my hand roller. Boop. Just going to get a little thinner than it was, because it's kind of thick. We don't need it that thick. And then I'm going to use, let's see how much bigger. That's perfect. So I'm going to use just one of these. Push it down. And I'm just kind of play with my hand with it. Now this part that got a little brown on it from down here, it's no big deal because you're not going to see it. So I'm just kind of pushing this out a little bit. A little bit more. This clay is really warm today. My room, well, it's, put it this way. So you guys know about the fires in Boulder area in Colorado. So that's about 4 hours away from us. And we had a blizzard. And so we were minus, what were we last night? Minus 14 last night. So we've got the fire stoked and everything else. So it's a little warm. So I'm just kind of centering this a little bit so that I can push this clay. I need to roll it out just a little bit more. So it's just kind of been heartbreaking around here in Colorado. It's like, only in Colorado could you have a fire going on in one area and a massive blizzard going on in another. I mean, just crazy, crazy times. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of move this down. And clay has a lot of, I mean, like I said, if you make mistakes, it's okay because you can fix those mistakes. And I am not a master of clay. Believe me, there are plenty of tutorials on making cakes and all that good stuff on YouTube here. So, and I've pretty much learned from Pinterest. Thank you, Pinterest. I always love Pinterest. But I also have learned this over the years just by goofing around. And so I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. This seems a little thick right here, so I'm just going to take that a little bit off. And for this tutorial, of course, I'm going to be cutting into it, and the clay's so soft. I hope this works. So it's not perfect at the bottom. If you're one of those, I have a little bubble. You can see it. There we go. If you're one of those super perfectionist people who have to have, you know, to me, no one really sees this part, so I don't really care. But if you do, then, I mean, cover the whole thing. For me, I don't, it doesn't bother me. Okay. So now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let me put these away. So these are just your pastel chalks, your colored sticks, firm. They're the firm ones. Let me move that. And I had made, if anybody, you know, follows me, they've seen these from the past. So I thought what I would do is find some pink, something pink, or, you know, something to go with. Maybe I'll do, let's see, grab some little guys right here. Let's do those. It's cute. I've got a couple. We'll see how this, I'll just grab a few of these and then we'll see like what will look best. Okay. So let's put this, I always bake everything on a ceramic tile. So now I'm going to get a toothpick and the frosting that I had just made. I think what I'm going to do, because I've got some purple on here too. I think what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of this. We're going to play. I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to play. Okay, I got this stuck. I think I'm hitting the wrong thing. What am I doing? It's because I got some Polymer clay on it. Hold on. I actually have to see what I'm doing. Sorry. There. Okay, I filled that sucker tight. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of this frosting. You can see it's like, so I'm just going to put a little bit on the top. I don't want too much. That's cute. And I'm wondering if I could put, well, now let's just keep going with the pink. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to just, now you can get super fan. I mean, I'm doing a demonstration, so I'm doing the easiest one possible. But I've got tips like the cake frosting tips. I use those. I mean, you can just layer up more cakes. So I could take like a smaller like this and then just make another, or even like this and make another layer going up, you know, like a, let's see, like I said, I don't want too much. I forgot to do a base. I usually do a little base on the bottom, but it's okay. You're getting the picture of what I'm doing. This cake is starting to look like my homemade cakes. God. I always look like I try to get all this fancy stuff, and I try, and then my cakes look like little kids did it, you know? By the time it's done. Normally I do a base at the bottom, so I'm sorry I didn't do that. I'm trying to get it to the bottom, but there's really nothing to hook it to, which it will come right off once it's done baking. It just comes right off these tiles. It's great. Okay, so now let's see what we can do. You can either, like, I could make some roses. We could put those on there. I just thought for demonstration purposes, we could do, let's see, we got some little ones right here. Oh, I grabbed all the big ones out of that thing, didn't I? Let's see, let me try. Oh, this one's going to be a whole lot bigger than those. Hold on. Let me grab. See if I can find another teeny tiny. Here's one. You can also do little sprinkles. You can do all kinds of things. Here's some Christmas sprinkles that I made before. So like you can put little sprinkles. Okay, so I guess we didn't use the candy canes. Well, maybe I will once I... Okay, so now this is warm. I typically would never cut into it right now. I like to have the clay just kind of sit for a while, but because I don't have a pause on this right now, I'm going to try. Okay, there we go. So now, as you can tell, I just cut into it. So now what I do is I love knitting needles. I went to one of those used like craft stores and I got these. This is how you're going to make the texture. So you don't want to do it on the frosting, of course, but you're going to do it. This is so hard to do it demonstration-wise. So I'm going to sit here and move this clay. So I'm giving it like, it has that cake look. So I'm hoping I am in frame here because I can't see. And this bottom part. So it's going to look like this. So do you see how, oops, I don't want this falling. Do you see how that's the cake part? And that's what you do. You just go over it and over it and over it and over it with your, and you do it on all sides. And you can't touch the cake. Normally, I don't do it this way, but hold on. Let me see if I can do this without it falling. But you get the gist. We are charging my new camera, so once that's charged up, I'm going to be trying it coming up here shortly to see if it'll, this is the expensive camera that I got so I can do these types of videos. And then you're also going to do it inside of here. So you're going to take, and again, you're going to go and you're going to just kind of, it's a little bit of a scrape. You're just giving that texture is what you're doing. You can use a needle. Okay. But this is how cool, and it's not hard to make these. It's kind of an illusion in a way because, you know, it looks like you've spent like hours upon hours on these and you haven't. Now, I am not going to be putting these little guys in for, you know, charm, because I am going to be doing some spoons here later on, and I'm also going to be doing some jars, and so I need cakes and all that I'm going to be gluing all over them. So yeah, so I hope that this showed you you know, how this, of course, you can always cut beautifully with Polymer clay. It's awesome for cutting. These razors, these are incredible. This is going to save time for me, which when you work the hours I do, when I want to craft, I want to save as much time as possible. These cutters are awesome. Really, really good. Now, once I bake this, which I will be baking this for about 30 minutes. Trying to think. Let me see where degree it's on. I think I bake it at like, I think it's like 230 or something. It's not, it's on the package. I don't have a package with, here's one. Here's a souffle right here. So, and you can mix clays too. You don't have to. So let's see, what does this one say? Of course it doesn't say. Why doesn't it say? Here it is. $2.75 for 30 minutes. So this would go for $2.75 for 30 minutes. Once I take it off, I use this Ultimate Polyurethane water-based. It's gotta be. And I do the Crystal Clean gloss. That's how I get the pretty gloss. And so once it's baked and cooled, then I use a paintbrush, and I keep mine in a jar. And I go through a lot of this, but it's easy and it lasts a long time, and I find it a lot better. It's a really, really good, solid product. And yeah, so I hope you guys go over to lbbead.com and check out their stuff. Try these. If you're going to get into doing some sweet treats and you're going to want to make frostings, also for your paints, if you're going to mix paints, acrylic paint, like you mix some colors, this saves you big time, money and time. So I thank you guys very, very much. And I'm not an expert with with everything here, so I hope this all worked out. Okay, all right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.